Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Brad, and today we have a very special video for you. Millionaire investing advice for teenagers. And I'm going to be covering a 7-point checklist to get from where you are now as a teenager to a millionaire with the least pain and the most fun possible, okay? This is advice that I wish I had had when I was 18. Now, I was able to hit some of these points pretty well, but I certainly didn't hit all of them. So make sure you watch the whole video, because at the end, you're going to have a very powerful checklist for how to get to financial freedom with the least pain. So let's just jump right into it. Step 1, get a credit card as soon as you turn 18. Now, I got a Capital One credit card when I turned 18. And the power of getting a credit card, of establishing credit early, is that, if you decide you want to be a real estate investor, when you're young, you don't have any track record. You're not going to be able to get a loan. Now, if you have access to credit through credit cards, you have access to capital. You have access to money to put deals together. Okay, so you want to start as soon as possible establishing your credit history so you can build that credit up so that when you need access to money, you have that access. And if you don't, you're not going to have any credit history probably when you're a teenager. So one way to establish credit is to get a secured credit card. And basically what that means is you're going to send, $200 to the credit card issuer, and then they're going to give you a secured credit card with a credit limit that's $200. So, there's no risk for the credit card issuer because they have your kind of secured deposit. So if you don't pay, they keep your deposit. But that's one way to build credit from no credit. And so you have this secured card, you'd put say $20, $30, $50 a month on that credit card, and you pay it back right away. And so you start to establish your trustworthiness that you will pay back, what you put on your credit cards. And slowly over time, that will build up your credit score. So that's really important. Start building that as early as possible. Right now I have 7 credit cards. I have access to $113,000 is my total credit card limit from all 7 of those cards. So that's really invaluable, so that when you come across a deal, as you learn how to invest, you have access to money to make it happen before you have much of a track record. Number 2, open a bank account. Make sure it's an account without monthly fees or annual fees. You should not be paying a bank to hold your money for you. Banks make money in plenty of other ways. You do not need to pay them to have a bank account, okay? So credit unions tend to be really good about this, not charging fees, but just make sure that they don't charge any fees. And a bank account is really your central command center. It's where your money flowing in is going to accumulate and where your money going out is going to be paid from. It's your command center. And you really want to have your own account. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to help you learn how to manage those inflows and outflows. And the sooner you do this, the sooner you can build that confidence, the sooner you can start working with the numbers and managing those inflows and outflows. So that's important to do. Open a bank account. Don't pay the bank to have an account. Number 3, set up a Roth IRA. So what is a Roth IRA? So essentially it's an investment account where it's a very tax advantaged investment account. So you pay taxes on what you earn, and then you put that money in your Roth IRA, that investment account, and as it grows over time, you don't pay any taxes on it anymore. You only pay taxes on the earnings before you put it in, but you don't pay any taxes on the gains. And when you're able to access it at retirement age, I believe it's 59 and a half years old, any money you take out is tax-free. So it's an incredible way to grow your wealth in a very tax-efficient way. And also, another thing it does is it encourages you to leave that money in for a long period of time, okay? Because you pay a penalty if you withdraw it before your retirement age. And when it comes to investing, it's really important to let the money grow for a long time. That's the power of compounding, the power of compound interest. So having your money in a retirement account like that encourages you to leave it alone, to let it grow for a long period of time, okay? So set up a Roth IRA. Number 4, stay out of consumer debt. Now, not all debt is bad debt, but if you're taking out debt, say you're taking out credit card debt to pay for your living expenses, to pay for rent, to pay for food, to pay for entertainment, if you're taking out debt to pay for your car, if you're taking out debt to pay for college, that kind of debt is brutal. It's going to put you in a hole that can take years to climb out of. And while you're in that hole, you're going to have much less money to put towards your investments, to put towards assets, to put toward getting closer to financial freedom. And these consumer debts tend to have really high interest rates. Credit cards, are often in the upper 20% per year on interest. And it's going to keep you in the hole for a long time. It's going to be very painful to climb out. Now, I don't have a great track record with this. At one point, I had over $60,000 in credit card debt. And that was painful, guys. Do not make that mistake. If you're going to use debt, make sure you're using it to buy assets that put money in your pocket, not to buy things that take money out of your pocket, okay? That is a huge point. Circle that point. And I really encourage you, write these bullets down, put them on a poster on your wall. These are like your principles to become a millionaire. Make sure you follow these principles. They're almost commandments. They're that important. So that's number 4, stay out of consumer debt. Which brings us, we're going to talk more about that in the 6th point, but let's get on to number 5. Get a job, okay? Now, to become a millionaire, you have to learn the art of the hustle. We need cash coming in, and it's not always going to be fun, okay? But we need to get cash coming in because that's going to be the seed money for our investments. We need something to put into our investments, and the more we can put in, the earlier in our life, the faster that's going to compound, the faster we're going to become a millionaire, the faster we're going to achieve financial freedom. So you got to hustle. You got to learn how to hustle. We need cash flowing in, okay? We need cash to be able to buy those assets that are going to make us rich. And the sooner we're able to buy those assets, the more time we have to let those assets compound, the faster, the more rich we're going to become. So get a job. Number 6, live frugally. So we have money coming in now because we have a job. And of course, we have expenses. We have to pay rent. We have to eat. We're going to spend money on entertainment. So a really important thing is to know what your expenses are, okay? Track your expenses. And of course, track what money you have coming in. So you know what's coming in, you know what's going out. And the more frugally we can live, the less we can spend on things like rent, on food, on, everything we spend money on, the more money we can put towards investing. And that's really what's going to get us to the promised land, guys. So, learn how to live frugally. It doesn't have to be super painful, all right? You can live in a house with 5 other people. That can be fun. Do weekly trips to Costco, figure out who's cooking, each day. Learn how to cook well with beans, rice, potatoes. Like, you can eat well without spending a lot of money. So really get into the living frugal mindset. And when you spend money, figure out how to spend money on assets, things that put money in your pocket rather than consumer things where you spend and it's just gone. And you have to continue earning more and more money to just continue that way of living where you're spending on consumption. So that's number 6, live frugally. Get into the frugality mindset. It doesn't have to be painful. It can actually be fun. And number 7, learn how to invest, okay? And now there's a lot of talk about how, if you're investing in the stock market, you're going to get 8 to 10% returns every year. Now, I would encourage you to set your bar higher, okay? There are investors out there who get 20+% returns every year. There's a guy, Monish Pabrai. He's an investor in Southern California, and he's been picking stocks, individual stocks, for about 25 years now. And he has a track record of generating about 25-26% annual returns, which means he's doubling his money every 3 years. Now, if you're just getting 8 to 10% in the stock market, you're doubling your money every 7 to 9 years, okay? It's going to be really hard to get to the promised land, to get to financial freedom if you're doubling your money only every 7 to 9 years. So set the bar high, find people who are achieving these superior results, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in real estate investing, whatever investing area, you're drawn to. Learn to identify the top performers and then study them, really study them. The thing I love about Monish Pabrai is he puts out videos. He does guest lectures at different universities around the world, and he talks about his investment process. He talks about how he's able to achieve this double every 3 years with the portfolio that he's managing of stocks. So set the bar high, learn from the people who are doing it. Don't waste money on courses. People who are teaching these courses, they usually aren't the top performers. They don't make their money investing in stocks or in real estate. If they made their money that way, they wouldn't have to charge so much for these courses. It's much more lucrative typically to really learn how to crush it in investing than it is to put out these courses. Not always, but don't waste your money on courses. I made that mistake. I spent $12,500 on a real estate investing program through, Rich Dad Enterprises, whatever it is, Robert Kiyosaki's training. And, I got a deal out of it. It was a $10,000 wholesale deal, but I didn't make my money back. I spent $12,500, made $10,000. I spent a ton of money on marketing, sending out postcards, buying lists. So, the problem with the mindset of paying for training is that it's easy to get in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to pay a bunch of money. This person's going to tell me exactly what to do, and it's going to be fairly easy. But even if you're doing a training, that's not the reality of it. It's not going to be easy to do the training. It's hard. It's hard to learn how to invest well. If it weren't hard, everyone would do it and everyone would be rich. So, find that mentor that you resonate with that's really crushing it. And, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk would say, figure out how to work for them for free, right? You want to learn from them. Ideally, you want to be in close proximity to them. You want to be working for them. You want to be adding value. You want that access to the secret sauce, to what they know, okay? So offer to work for free. Figure out what would really benefit them. Like I remember for Gary Vaynerchuk, for example, you know, there was this young guy. He was really good at making videos. He was a videographer. Now Gary V was prolific in the social media space, so he really needs to put out content. He needs people who know how to make quality videos. So this guy, you know, worked for Gary for free, and he got all of this incredible wisdom about how to build businesses. That's what Gary V does. He knows how to build businesses. So figure out what this person needs, this person who's a top performer. Learn that skill. Go to them, say, hey, you know, I've learned this skill. It seems like you could really use someone who has this skill to grow your businesses. Let me work for you for free. I just want to learn from you. So, you know, that's a fantastic way to leverage your time, leverage your effort to learn how to invest, to learn, you know, this unique skill set of how to grow your money at a much higher rate of return than what you're going to get in an unskilled scenario, like just investing in an index fund, investing in the whole stock market. So that's it, guys. Those are the 7 kind of areas to really master in order to become a millionaire, to achieve financial freedom at an accelerated pace. So I'm going to put those 7 points in the comments. I'm going to just make that list and pin it so it's the top comment. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this list. I'd love to hear, you know, what you're going to attack first. And if this was helpful, smash that thumbs up button. That really helps the algorithm show this video to more people. And subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be putting out a video every day about investing, about mastering your money. So you guys don't want to miss any of those. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.